That bell starts a 2 out of 3 fall battle that has a 45-minute time limit. And the young man there with the white shoes is Tiger Conway Jr. A young man who is after a chance at the brass knucks belt and Tank Patton. The man with the blonde hair and the orange outfit is Eddie Mansfield, and right now Eddie Mansfield is being bounced for fair around that ring because Tiger Conway is a master at being able to apply that arm throw or arm drag, if you will, but that particular hold that often depends on a man's own momentum, and when you catch him right, why, you can really make him fly through the air and land with a bang. And speaking of landing with a bang, we have had several bangs here tonight. The wildest thing I have seen in many and many a year. But in no uncertain terms, Chavo Guerrero returned to action tonight. He was expected to be out for a number of months, but the doctor was reckoning without Chavo's tremendous ability to recover. I mentioned that hold again, and as Eddie Mansfield left his feet, you saw the Tiger help him along his way. When the doctor released Chavo Guerrero, he wanted him to take a few months rest. And Chavo said, "There's no rest for me." And he then left California and came to the east, came to Texas, and he now has truly let the people know just how he feels. Fans hollering for Tiger Conway to leap on that arm again, and Tiger is eyeing the prospects of doing it and making plans, you can bet. Eric Mannheimer checking with Eddie Mansfield, and Mansfield, as that arm stays bottled up, is losing his opportunity to come at him with fresh zest and great effort. So Mansfield tries to get into a better balanced position, and you see Tiger being mauled back into the ropes. Now, that's the way you double a man in half. Lay the upper part of your leg across his midsection, and then you jump in the air and try to clobber him, not on the top of the head with Tiger Conway, but in the back of the neck, and you're going to accomplish it. Man down, Tiger Conway. And Mansfield is making the most of his moment. He is now lording it over Tiger Conway, and slap in the face may be a mistake. A slap in the face can make a man mad enough to disregard the kicks and the wallops and the slings of outrageous fortune. But you slap a man, and it adds a certain flavor to what you're doing that is resentful. Eddie Mansfield, who prefers to be known as the Continental Lover. And Tiger Conway decides that if Eddie's going to stay outside, he's going to do something about it, and do something he did. He slammed him into a chair, which just a few moments ago was occupied by a policeman. Mansfield on the floor, just barely poking that blonde head of his up in the atmosphere, and Conway thinks he's just getting away with too much being on the outside, and as he comes out, whoa, man. Well, you could see that he slammed him into the ring post head first. We could feel it over here. We could feel the ring tremble from the impact. 5 minutes have gone by, and this the first fall of this battle here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. And the referee holds the count, and Eddie Mansfield second stands over him and counts. Tiger Conway's crowding too close, and Mansfield gets a little bit longer count. Fans are hollering something on the other side of the ring, and I don't know what it is, but it's warning the referee about Mansfield, and warning Tiger Conway too. Nothing that we can see from this side, and from our television view, I think I can see something that are in Mansfield's trunks that wasn't in when he went in the ring. And Mansfield is trying to confuse Conway, and Conway knew one answer to the confusion, and that was to rush in there and do something about it, which he did. So Eddie Mansfield, with whatever he picked up on the floor, came up and used it in the face of Tiger Conway. And Conway now is in serious trouble. Mansfield trying now to use a chokehold along with the other weakening efforts that he's making. Reverse chinlock. I think one of the unexpected quirks in tonight's wild action was the participation of Dick Slater. Those of you who follow wrestling on the East Coast know that Dick Slater is one of the toughest guys ever to walk into anybody's ring. And he has been Florida champion, Georgia champion, North Carolina champion. He is a tough customer. And here he is joining hands with Tully Blanchard and Gino Hernandez. Gino is in another hornet's nest. He's got another man in the wrestling game who wants to take him apart, who wants to knock his block off, and is capable of doing it. But next Friday night he faces Manny Fernandez, who is just as capable, who has as much on the wrestling ball, and will give Gino a tremendous tussle. He got distance and he got height, and that paid dividends when he crashed. And now, as Tiger comes in, he is clobbered in the midsection. Whether that blow was above the line of the belt, I'm not certain. Tiger is down, and Mansfield goes to chop his head off with that guillotine drop. The count is 2. Tiger just barely got out before that 3 count added, and as Tiger lies there, he just manages to squeeze his way out, and Mansfield is hanging on to Tiger's trunks. There you see it. And as Tiger makes an effort to bounce out, he is breaking the count by getting his shoulders up, but the grip that Mansfield has on the trunks keeps his body from moving forward and getting out from under the big blonde. So Mansfield rides herd on Tiger Conway. And here he comes now to leap up and to drop on him again, but this time, no Tiger. Tiger moved out of the way. Mansfield goes for a hammerlock, but there is Tiger making the quick move as they switch, first one and then the other, and Tiger rolls him up, tries to pin his shoulders to the deck, and we've got a fall.
Nine minutes, 42 seconds. The winner of the first fall, Tiger Conway Jr.
Tiger Conway that time. managed to wrap him up after, oh, there is a nasty maneuver as Mansfield comes across that ring and tries to retaliate. This is the intermission period, and Mansfield saw a back there with no eyes watching and took advantage of it. Mr. JJ of JJ's Sleep Shop has a word for you about a clearance sale that is a real humdinger.
3, 2, 1.
Now the bell as Mansfield looks to add to Tiger Conway's woes. Tiger Conway did not get up to his feet. He is still down from the driving knee that hit him in the back. And as Mansfield comes off and lays it in there, Tiger Conway may be a fall ahead, but right now he is in danger of not being able to make this the second fall of the match competitive. Mannheimer having trouble. Mansfield is an aggressive wrestler, and it's difficult to stop him at times. So Tiger is down. The effort now by Mansfield is aimed right where he dropped that knee. Now he's got a backbreaker. As he sits astride the back of Tiger Conway Jr., he is able to put his weight down on the part where he hurt it, pull up on the chin, and right in the small of the back comes that penetrating pain that makes you wish you were someplace else besides in this kind of a predicament that leaves the option with you as to whether you want to quit or capitulate. Eddie Mansfield again going for some more punishment, and he drops it in there. He's looking now to land on the Tiger, and this could be it. There's one, there's two, and Tiger manages to maneuver his way out, and Mannheimer, who is tough with he's tough with that count. He's a fast counter, and anybody who ever accuses him of counting slowly is dead wrong before they even start. There's one, there's two, and Tiger Conway could be down and out. There's one, there's two, and Conway is just fighting that shoulder to get it up. Great effort by Conway, but you can't keep making great efforts all night. And again, Mansfield reaches around to grab him by the trunks. You can see the elbow sticking up there, and we can vouch for the fact that the hand was grabbing the trunks. And as Mansfield argues now, he's got a foot across the throat of Tiger Conway Jr. The argument between the referee and Mansfield is at the expense of Conway, who was choking and gagging underneath. First blow Tiger's been able to throw in this fall. He is still not really prepared to give everything he's got, but he's sure trying, and the more he tries, the tougher he gets, and the more he sets it up. We want to remind you that at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on Channel 39, your wrestling station, you will see the Houston edition of Southwest Championship Wrestling. And Mansfield hits and hits hard and is able to roll the Tiger over, and there is the count of three that makes it makes the falls even, and it makes problems for both men. Conway, who has been flat on the mat for most of the second fall and stretched out there, is likely to be stretched out during this intermission period too. So we'll leave him there, and we'll have a word from our friend Mr. Norman, the man you can trust in home repairs.
3, 2, 1. Third and final fall.
There is the bell. This is the third and final fall as Tiger Conway tries to rise up there and get into a position to do something about the punishment that's coming his way. Now he is sprawled on the cold Coliseum concrete. His second bending over him and repeating the count, and Eddie Mansfield is trying to make sure that Tiger doesn't come back in the ring. Conway is off on the floor to the count of 12. He gets a 20, and he is now trying to circle around and get back in the ring. Mansfield doing the clobbering as Tiger is bent over that top rope, but he's got to get into a position to reverse things as far as the punishment goes, and until he does, that may be the turning point, but Tiger is not yet on his feet. So Tiger stalks him, finds him, pummels him, and comes to life now for the first time since the first fall. And as he hauls away to blast at Eddie Mansfield, we've got Mansfield backed up, and he is really pushed into a corner. A mad Tiger standing on the throat of Eddie Mansfield, putting all the weight that he has in it. I want to tell you, fans, wrestling has busted loose with more action and more excitement than we have had here in many and many a long month. And this is going to be the summer of wrestling. You should be here in this Coliseum next Friday night. You should be here tonight, because there's lots more to come after we go off the air here, including a world title match. But Tiger Conway right now is dishing it out to blonde Eddie Mansfield. Backbreaker, and Mansfield is feeling some of the difficulty that the Tiger felt ever since the middle of the intermission between the first and second falls. Both Tiger and Mansfield will be wrestling here at the Coliseum next week. So will Dick Slater. So will Chavo Guerrero. We have a raft of great matches for you, and you'll know it. Tiger's headbutt, and now he's feeling like himself. He comes in there with that headbutt, and as he claps his hands, the sweat flies in all directions, and he is back to where he is starting to maneuver around to shake off the effects of that damaging back pain that he had. There's Eddie, hung up for fair, and he came down with a foot that time that caught him right smack in the midsection. And Mansfield, blinded by the sweat and the long hair and the punishment, threw a blow that time at referee Eric Mannheimer. Lucky he didn't catch him. This match would be over right now. Mansfield asking for the count. He is in the ropes. He should get a count as though he was out of the ring. But each referee has his own way of handling some of these situations. So Mannheimer pushes Tiger back, trying to get rid of the tangle in the corner, and get rid of it he does. Hits solidly. And it just reverberated back to Tiger Conway. There is Mansfield ready to be pinned. There's one, There's two, and there is only two. 5 minutes have gone by. This is the third, the deciding fall of this battle, and as Mansfield comes off, he's got to have a target. And he came down on his elbow and drove it into the canvas, expecting to hit the body of Tiger Conway. He's trying to wrap him up in a cradle hold. No luck. They're still struggling for position. Tiger's on top with a top body press, but you see first one, then the other, and as they roll toward the ropes, we've got a battle on the floor. Not the first one we've had in this Coliseum tonight, and certainly not the first one in this match either. And as Tiger maneuvers, he gets Eddie Mansfield back in the ring, because that's the place to win a match. Next Friday night, we are expecting the roof to lift off this Coliseum when Manny Fernandez takes on Gorgeous Gino, and he'll have Chavo Guerrero in his corner to make sure that Manny gets the one-on-one chance that he has been guaranteed against Gorgeous Gino Hernandez. This will be a place to be next Friday night. That match will not be seen on television. The battle between Fernandez and Hernandez will be here as the final event of the night. So Tiger is trying to maneuver Mansfield into the canvas. Mansfield prone right now, his nose digging a furrow in the solid blue canvas here, and the hold is a front headlock, and he clinches down on it. Mansfield reaches out longingly with those red boots of his. He'd like to be able to hit a rope, but he's a little bit far from the rope. Tiger on top. There's one, there's two, and again those counts of Mannheimer. There were three close situations, close to causing a pin. Now Mansfield. I start off with a man and I wind up with the wrong ending here, but it's Mansfield who is using the hold, and Mannheimer who is calling the shots out there as referee. Nice move by Tiger Conway. And Tiger will tell you that that's a move he learned from 6 times world's heavyweight champion Lou Thesz, who was here recently to referee a match and to renew old acquaintances. Toe-to-toe, shoulder-to-shoulder in some of this action, and Mansfield is trying to set the Tiger up, and he just about did. Whoa! He caught him right under the chin, and there is a whirling arm drag that whipped him off his feet and slammed him down to the deck. Close. Now Mannheimer is on his toes, even when he's on his belly. He is in there and gets there fast, and so does referee Nick Kozak, who is handling refereeing chores here. They are both young, fast, and experienced in refereeing. So Mansfield changed his tactics all of a sudden. He protected his back in the corner and then went for the place that the Tiger is unable to protect and defend. Hot exchange there in the corner, but as he hits Tiger on the head, he finds that he's made a mistake. With a fist or the elbow, you just can't do it. Tiger's fans hollering, "Tiger, Tiger." And the Tiger hears him and the Tiger responds, but he wants Mansfield out of that corner where he can do something about him. He says no point to get careless in this match. The falls are even. And Mansfield making a suspicious move there in the corner, and he's got his back to us, and we can't see any more than you can see. The 10-minute mark has been called, and Mansfield being looked at suspiciously by the referee as the Tiger gets anxious and eager to move in there. And Mansfield again come out and hit at Tiger Conway, but that may be related to the reason why he put his hands in his trunks. Now we remind you that live wrestling here at the Coliseum every Friday night in the month of June, and we want you on hand. Next Friday night, Manny Fernandez taking on Gorgeous Gino, and a whale of a supporting card. Look in on our wrestling tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock on Channel 39, the Houston edition of Southwest Championship Wrestling. And the Tiger goes for the pin. Our ticket office at 1919 Caroline will be open each day of the week, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. For tickets, for reservations, and for... And Mr. Norman, the man you can trust in home repairs, tells you right now to call him. We say that we've got to go. I'm sorry. Our time's up. Good night, everybody.